Hello everyone, this is In-Game Arts with another unboxing, another offline gaming experience. This is Horizon Chase Turbo, the Deluxe Edition for the PlayStation 4, but this is being played on my PlayStation 4 Pro. To jump right into it, this Deluxe Edition, it claims its version number is 1.00. Well, this is obviously not going to be true, as the Deluxe Edition has the free DLC Rookie Series as well as the Summer Vibes DLC all on disc. So it does got its two DLCs on the disc as well as the base game, so obviously the version can't be 1.00. As I mentioned before, sometimes developers or publishers, when they re-release a physical copy, they revert the version number back to the original vanilla 1.00. Now, please keep in mind, there is an update available that will take you to version 1.23 that was 260 megabytes big. Now, all this update said it added new content. I did check what that new content was after I feel like I've completed the mass majority of the game before I ever connected to the internet. And what that update or new content is a bonus extra tracks in Brazil, and once you do those two extra tracks, you do unlock an extra car. I will probably show you in a little bit in the footage here so you can see exactly what that is. Then keep in mind, you'll see at the top right corner it says updated. That will let you know that the content you are seeing is only available once you update the game. Now, to go into more details, this Deluxe Edition is sadly only available as an Asian import. It seems to be very limited on sellers who are selling this Deluxe Edition, so it is sad to say that it's going to be pretty hard to find. But there could be some light in the tunnel, as there sadly is going to be another DLC. As you can see in the lineup of modes, it says coming soon. So there's going to be another DLC down the road. So this Deluxe Edition could become outdated. There could be a complete edition to get released down the road, maybe in wider and more regions, or for PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X. I don't know, but for now, the Deluxe Edition you see here is the most updated version of Horizon Chase Turbo. And currently, right now, hopefully we can get a newer physical version down the road. Now, this is my first time playing Horizon Chase Turbo, so please do not ask me if save files can transfer over to Deluxe Edition. I don't know. I don't have the base version of the game. Now, going into Horizon Chase Turbo, it is massively a call out to the old retro style 80s and 90s arcadey kind of 90s or 18-bit or 16-bit or racer games in the past, and it does it almost flawlessly. It really feels retro, it looks retro, it just plays retro, but it does have a lot of modern tweaks to it to make the experience a lot more fast, fluid, and a lot more rewarding for your time, and not so cumbersome in certain areas. Now, please keep in mind, though I do believe Horizon Chase Turbo is currently, I don't know every single game, but also on console and physically, I do have to say Horizon Chase Turbo is probably the best callback retro 90s 80s game currently available on console. It was a phenomenal time playing it. I love playing every level, getting all the golds, seeing all the cars, trying out all the cars, and just seeing more and more of the game. As well as the soundtrack is really phenomenal. It really fits. It makes you it pumps you up to be able to play more into it and get immersed in the environment. There are some tracks that are better than others, but I personally just adored the soundtrack to this game. Now, overall, I had a phenomenal time. The graphics are gorgeous. I love the simplicity of the graphics and the design. The gameplay is fast and fluid at 60 frames per second, as well as the game supports 4-player split screen. Sadly, I only got footage for 2-player split screen, but I do know it supports 4-player split screen. Now, without out of the way, I do highly praise the game, and if you can get the Deluxe Edition, I highly recommend it. But the game isn't perfect. There are some minor problems and tweaks I hope they can probably rectify in the future if there's going to be a sequel. For one thing, I didn't really like the token system in the game, where you pick up the tokens as you go through the race, as the tokens didn't really feel rewarding, and just felt more like not a challenge or something that proves your skill, but more felt like a chore. I was more happy to hurry up and get these tokens out of the way and be able to focus on the race. Now, the tokens are not necessarily required in the race, but if you want to unlock everything or 100% the race, you do need to gather those tokens. And they're a bit tedious, and I didn't really like them very much within my race. Thankfully, Endurance Mode and Tournament Mode don't have the tokens, but instead replaces the tokens with nitrous coins, and when you gather all the nitrous coins in that level, you get an instant nitrous boost. Other than that, the game has a minor little skip in the frame rate. It's very minor and it does it very randomly, And that's the only time I had to complain about that, because since the game is high, fast, and speed as this, you really cannot have a minor frame rate skip or a minor jump or skip in the game. It can very be game ruining your experience and you lose a race because of it. Now, other than that, there is some minor collision issues occasionally. I found myself occasionally just ramming in against the computer and I'm barely even near them, and other times I even found my car going halfway or some parts through them, or them going through me without getting the ramp or ramming into them. And that's another point I want to point out, is the ramming into another player. This gets a little tedious. I call it bumper trap, where you get behind a computer and you're just constantly bumping into them, and you can't. It's really hard to overcome or overpass them. You lose a lot of speed, as well as they gain a massive speed boost. Some people might find this really irritating. So that was my only biggest qualms. I did also have the game crash 2 times on me, but this was after a long, extensive playtime. I'd say within 4 or 5 hours of playtime, I had the game crash. So if you've played a good length of the game, please keep in mind, make sure to maybe quit the game and put it back up, because I did have the game crash twice on me. Other than that, those are my biggest complaints about the game. I really enjoyed the game, though. Overall, I thought they did a phenomenal job. I love the graphics, I love the gameplay, I love the style, and I just love the fact that it has 4-player split screen. I do like the fact you can play multiplayer together and still do the campaign together. That's really cool. There's no level select, which was surprising, and you can only play the set amount of laps and whether they pick for that level, which I did find that a little disappointing as well, because it would have been like a little bit of customization if I wanted to have rain or snow or nighttime or daytime, or just add more laps to this race, because some tracks have go by a little too quickly with only 2 laps, or some have a lot of laps. Mostly time, it's just not enough laps, in my personal opinion, considering how fast the game is. But that's enough me about talking about the game. I do recommend this game highly. As I said, if you choose to hold off and wait to see if there's maybe going to be another physical release, I don't blame you, and hopefully there will be, because it is disappointing how hard this physical version, the deluxe edition, will be for some people. But if you're a collector like me and you're worried there may not be another physical release down the road, or it could only be a PlayStation 5 only release physically and not available on PlayStation 4, the deluxe edition is the way to go in that department. So like always, I'll try to leave links down in the description. If you're Instacopy, I highly recommend it. If you can't get the deluxe edition, I still recommend checking out the base vanilla version. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Now, please also keep in mind, I know that the game may not be for everyone, as the game style and representation may not be for every racing fan out there, but I do recommend giving it a try. It's actually really fun and really rewarding if you give it the time it deserves. So, like always, I try to leave links down in the description if you can find a copy, or I can even I can provide links to the description to the game. But I will try to provide where I can, and thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next unboxing video. Bye-bye!